St. James man charged with murder over fatal shooting at party in Hampton. A St. James man has been charged with murder and using a firearm to commit a felony following the fatal shooting of a man at a party in Hampton District on Saturday, March 8. The accused 36-year-old Ryan Bernard of retirement in Gutters is charged in connection with the killing of Oswin Thompson, also 36, a laborer of Hampton District. Reports from the Granville Police are that around 4:30 a.m., both men were among patrons at a party in the community when Bernard allegedly shot Thompson in the head while he was seated in a car. Bernard then fled the scene. Thompson was rushed to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Following investigations, lawmen conducted an operation in Hampton on Monday, March 11, and apprehended Bernard at his home. He was subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. Policemen freed of murder. 2 policemen who were accused of shooting and killing a man in St. Catherine 12 years ago were freed in the St. Catherine Circuit Court on Wednesday. They are Constable Ricardo Johnson and David Williams of the St. Catherine South Police Division. When the men appeared before Justice Bertram Morrison, the Crown offered no evidence against them. It was revealed that the eyewitness in the matter cannot be located, despite several efforts to do so. The allegations are that in February 2013, both men were part of a police team on patrol in Big Lane, Central Village, when 25-year-old David Succo was shot and killed. An investigation was conducted in the matter, and a file compiled and sent to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. The DPP ruled that Williams and Johnson be charged with Succo's murder. The men, who were defended by attorneys at law Christopher Towson and Earl Hamilton, made numerous court appearances and maintained their innocence throughout. Kingston Mayor Angie Swaby defends decision to establish advisory committee. Chairman of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC Mayor Angie Swaby, has defended the newly formed advisory committee, highlighting the expertise of its members and the urgent need for independent oversight in local governance. The committee was formed last month in response to the absence of Local Public Accounts Committee, LPAC, a body required under the local governance law. Mayor Swaby explained that the absence of the LPAC caused a significant void in independent oversight, and this had to be addressed. He said the new advisory committee is not a replacement of the LPAC, but a proactive step to ensure transparency, accountability, and ethical leadership. He added that the diverse expertise of the Advice Committee reflects his belief in bipartisan governance. KSAMC Chairman Mayor Angie Swaby was speaking during a meeting at the corporation.
One of the key challenges we face was the absence of the Local Public Accounts Committee, which is required under the Local Governments Act of 2016. This gap was largely due to the lack of a functioning Parish Development Committee, which has not been active since 2017, leaving a void in independent oversight. We chose to take proactive steps. And as part of our commitment to transparency and accountability, we have established the KSAMC Advisory Committee. This new committee is not a replacement for the LPAC, but is a forward-thinking initiative to ensure that the principles of good governance are upheld. It will serve as an independent body. And it's because people believe in the KSAMC why reputable people are now logging on to the KSAMC. I would pride myself to be, so far, one of the mayors who always encourage a bipartisan approach. The LPAC is something that is in the Local Governance Act of 2016. The Local Governance Act speaks to an active Parish Development Committee. So it is not to say that they are taking our rights away. What it allows us to do, it allows us to capitalize on some expertise and skills that we don't currently have in the local authority. These are persons who have international experience, who has contacts, who can point us in a certain direction. So it is not to take away the role of the councillor. It is to make sure to keep us to say to the citizens, I don't want us to be territorial. I want us to understand that I believe in participatory governance.
Environment and Climate Change Minister Mattis Samodo expresses concern over climate adaptation funding in Jamaica. Environment and Climate Change Minister Matty Samuda continues to express deep concern about the calculations put forward by global and local financial entities on the amount of funds required for climate change adaptation in Jamaica. Mr. Samuda told reporters that the estimates for funding are far below what is needed. The minister raised a concern at a financing workshop hosted by the Jamaica Stock Exchange and the European Union. He maintained that $1 billion is not sufficient funding. He added that the calculations are inadequate, especially since a single adaptation activity is over $260 million. Mr. Samuda also noted that it will take $5 billion for Jamaica to be climate-proof for water by 2030.
There are varying estimates by the World Bank, by our own development bank, by other multilateral institutions that assess what Jamaica needs for climate change. My view has always been that what they assess is far below what we require because the development challenges that we have faced are exacerbated at an unprecedented rate and at an unprecedented scale by said climate change. So, not acknowledging that the urgency to address these previous developmental challenges is made worse by climate change, I think, has people understating what it is all small island developing states, but obviously in this case Jamaica, require.
You see, one has to understand that the numbers that invariably are put forward, I have deep concerns about these numbers. It's not $1 billion for climate adaptation in Jamaica. We get these figures from our international partners. We get these figures even using the frameworks that are designed in the global financial architecture for climate additionality. But it's a farce in many ways. Jamaica requires hundreds of billions of dollars if it is to prepare and ready itself for a world which is likely to breach the 1.5 degree warming target. That is a reality. A single adaptation activity is $280 million US. And that is not at 3 degree warming or 4 degree warming. That's calculated for what your sea level rise would likely be in the 1.5 range. So the calculations that are hoisted in many ways on the developing world and on SIDS, I generally don't accept those numbers, because what is required for adaptation in water, simply in the water sector for Jamaica to be climate proof for water in 2030 is $5 billion. And I'm intimately familiar with those numbers. That is just our reality.
Police charged 19-year-old woman for allegedly faking digital payment to obtain laptop. A 19-year-old woman accused of submitting a fake digital bank transfer receipt to obtain a laptop from a store has been charged by the police in St. Catherine. Brenna Barnes, a customer service representative of Mapen Clarendon and Portmore St. Catherine, is charged with simple larceny and obtaining property by false pretense. Reports from the Waterford Police in Portmore are that a store owner received an order via a social media platform for a laptop valued at $57,000 on Saturday, March 8. The laptop was reported delivered to Barnes after the store owner received payment confirmation via a digital bank transfer receipt. However, according to the police, it was later discovered that the receipt had been digitally altered. Barnes was arrested during an operation and later charged following a question and answer session. Her court date is being finalized. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.